on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Thrivent Magic Win. We are back West Coast late night postgame live. Here we are, 12:21 a.m. after the Magic beat down the Sacramento Kings 131-94 behind a historic performance from three. Because, of course, why not? Why not just throw in a historic performance from three? The Magic set a new franchise record tonight with 27 made threes and on outstanding percentage as well. Craziness. 52.9% from three tonight. They shoot 27 of 51. What a return to action after the All-Star break. Wow. What a crazy, crazy night. Didn't start great. A lot of concerns early in this one. First quarter was bad. Magic trailed by double digits against the worst team in basketball, but they found a little bit of life in the second, pulled away in the third, and went crazy in the fourth. It was sealed by a Jet Howard ridiculous heave bank three to push the franchise record to 27. Wow, this is going to be an interesting one to talk about. Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Thrivent. My name is Kevin. Glad you're with us. If you're new, this is our live postgame show here on YouTube after each and every Orlando Magic game. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a lovely All-Star break. Glad to be back with you. This show is brought to you by Thrivent. Marc.Abraham is a financial advisor with Thrivent, and he's also a die-hard Orlando Magic fan and season ticket holder, and he is on a mission to help Orlando Magic fans be wise with their money. And so as we approach the third month of the year in 2026, hard to believe we're already there, and you are looking to get your finances in order, you want to have a guy like Marc.Abraham in your corner. You can give him a call at 407-366-4364. Check out his email address or his website, which are in the description below. Just give him a call first off to talk Orlando Magic basketball, because he loves the Orlando Magic just as much as any of you Magic Maniacs that are tuning in right now at 12:23 a.m. if you're watching this live. But talk a little Magic basketball with him. Talk a little bit about your personal finances with him. The consultation call is free. I know he'd love to talk more with you about that. So big shout out to Mark and to Thrivent for sponsoring the show this season. Magic got off to a really rough start, trailed by double digits, and it felt like the sky was falling even more than it's already been falling this season. But the Magic got really, really hot from three, obviously. They got some good stops. Now, this is not a good team they played. Not going to sit here and get super excited about winning by 37. Is that what it ended up being? That's crazy, 37. So that is impressive, though, right? Like you go against the worst team in basketball, you should blow them out, and I think 37 points is a blowout. It's one step in what needs to be many steps to prove that this team is good at basketball again. So we'll see. But hey, you got to take it one game at a time. One game at a time. Also want to shout out a couple people. Javon Carter getting his first points for the Magic. And then got more. He ended up, I think, with 12, right, on the night. 14. 3 of 5 from three as well. 5 of 8 from the field. 4 assists. Javon Carter was very, very good off the bench tonight. Loved seeing what he brought. So shout out to him. The 26th and 27th three is going to be like the new trivia for the Orlando Magic. Who set the record for threes in a game, and it was Jet Howard this time. For a long time, it was Jeremy Richardson. For those OGs who've been around a really long time, back in 2009 season, I guess it was, 2008-2009 season, Jeremy Richardson is the one who hit the franchise record 23rd, I think it was 23, 23 threes, 23rd three, ironically in Sacramento. Then 2 seasons ago, the Magic break the record again in Sacramento on 25, and then tonight they break it again on 27. So I don't know what it is about this team playing in Sacramento, but there's just something in the water, and the Orlando Magic can make threes in Sacramento. If I'm a Kings fan, I'm just devastated. Obviously, the team is terrible, but you continue to give up franchise record threes to the Orlando Magic at home. But anyway, this show is all about you. Get involved in the chat. Super chats are the best way to do that. We read every single one, and we'll read a few of the chats as well from the other chats. So we'll start there. Let's take a look and see what some people are saying in the chat tonight. No, before I do that, I almost forgot. I was in the middle of shouting out people. Javon Carter, first points for the Orlando Magic. But the guy who deserves the biggest shout out tonight is a guy by the name of Mr. Paolo Banchero, who reminded everybody who he is tonight. Now, this is a whole long conversation that we're not going to have on this show. These types of conversations are reserved for our podcast that comes out every Monday and Thursday. But Paolo Banchero went out and dropped 30 with 5 boards and 6 assists. 10 of 21 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line, with only 3 turnovers in 32 minutes. Presented without comment. Now, don't get me wrong, he hasn't been perfect this season. Needs to play better. This is a great start. If he can put together a good stretch like this, Magic can put together some good stretch of wins. We might be turning the tide a little bit, but we'll see. One game at a time. All right, to the chat we go. There's a lot of messages that were during the game. You guys were going crazy, having your own little group chat in the chat here during the game, which I appreciate. That's amazing. Lots of back and forth. Lots of people celebrating the many threes that we saw tonight. 27 threes. I still cannot believe it. Got a little bit of disagreements in the chat. Some people going back and forth, but let's see. Here's the moment. I think Kevin, fellow Kevin, by the way, says, "Let's go Jet." That's the moment there where Jet Howard broke the record, hitting the 26th and 27th later 3 of the game. Jets Fulio says, "I've never seen an NBA player travel as much as Precious Achiuwa." He gets away with a lot of that, it feels like. A lot of shuffling of the feet, which is always interesting to see. Luis Rosario says 7 players in double figures for the Magic tonight. That's right. Desmond Bane, Paolo Banchero, Anthony Black, Javon Carter, Jet Howard, Mo Wagner, and Tristan da Silva all in double figures tonight. Let's go. Panhandle Noel says, #1 3-point shooting team post All-Star break. Hey, you can't argue with the facts. And stats are facts. So you can't argue with that. That's amazing. That's so funny. Blake says, what a way to open the second half of the season. Yeah, you can't open it. I mean, I wouldn't say you can't open it much better. That first quarter was bad, but the last 3 quarters, yeah, that was great. Mamba Rage says, Jay Carter, what a pickup, confident veteran, 100%. Loved what we saw from him tonight. Just poised, obviously knocking down the 3 ball, pushing the pace, which I appreciate. I think pushing the pace, which I appreciate. So shout out Javon Carter. If he can play anything close to that every single night, he's going to be a huge upgrade from Mr. Tyus Jones, with all due respect. David T says, well, everybody's beating up on the Kings this season. So, and look, that's what I was saying earlier. You're 100% right. The Kings are the worst team in basketball. We shouldn't get excited about beating them. But I think beating them by 37 isn't nothing. So you can be a little bit excited about that. Kevin says, was the comment real? I saw someone else ask this earlier. Yes. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Christian Bizarro, host of the Six Fan Show, says 1 game at a time this point on. Paolo led the charge, and we play the song. Absolutely. I just realized normally we have a super chat that says play the song, but it's just so late at night. There's just not the play the song super chat, but Christian's play the song chat is going to be enough for us. We haven't played the song yet, which is a crime. It's a travesty. So after a 37-point win, coming back from the All-Star break, let's play the song. Let's go. We haven't played the song in, let's see. I can't even do math. Like 12 days, something like that. It's been a minute. So glad we could do that. Let's see. Mid-sized sedan. That's a great name. I'm glad that was a commanding win in the end, but I mean, the Kings. That was an ugly start. Yeah, you cannot ignore the start of this game. Magic offensively were bad. Defensively weren't great. And trailed by double digits against the worst team in basketball. Now, Malik Monk went kind of crazy early on. Caught fire. Not that that's an excuse, but a little bit of an explanation. Plus, again, the Magic didn't play great. They looked a little, in some ways, looked a lot of the same, but also it looked like a team that had just gotten to the West Coast and was starting a West Coast road trip and just had the All-Star break and all those things. But fortunately, they found their legs, found the momentum, turned the game around, and did not look back. Edison says we just hit 27 of 51 from deep in one night. Somebody bottle up that Sacramento air and ship it to Orlando ASAP. That would be amazing if we could shoot even half that well in Orlando. Please, somebody help us out. Lucas Gomez says Javon Carter plus 34 is insane. Is that what he was? Yeah, plus 34 for Javon Carter in 23 minutes. Shout out. Paolo was a plus 32 in 32 minutes. That's amazing. And AB was a plus 26 in 31 minutes. Those are the leaders. Plus minus tonight. That's pretty amazing. What was the worst plus minus for the Kings? Okay, minus 32. So similar. Nick Clifford in 30 minutes, minus 32. Not that this game was Nick Clifford's fault. That's not what I mean by that. It's just I was just curious. That's pretty funny. Kevin says Paolo should have realistically had at least 2 to 3 more trips to the line tonight. Yeah, I felt like there were just a lot of missed calls, just little slaps and hacks and things like that. Paolo, Jalen, Anthony Black obviously had one because he got the tech for complaining about it. Yeah, I just felt like there were a few of those tonight, but it is what it is, I guess. Califam, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Appreciate that. Just got that notification. Appreciate all of our channel members who support the show for just $5 a month. It gets you access to some special custom emojis, which are exclusive just to our channel members who support us financially here on YouTube. Appreciate all of our amazing channel members for supporting what we do. Let's do this. Okay, I was about to say Califam. I didn't want to say it and be wrong. I was like, I'm pretty sure Califam was a member, but it says he said somehow my membership lapsed. Well, thank you for re-upping your membership. Definitely appreciate that. Surf Soccer says, when Jet banked that last one in, I had to switch over to the Kings broadcast and just listen to the reaction. That's a great idea. I am going to do this the second I get out of here because I definitely want to go hear their reaction to really just that, probably the whole fourth quarter. And as the Magic got closer and closer to the record and then breaking the record and then hitting that banked 3 with 30 seconds left. Yeah, I'm sure that was pretty interesting. Let's go to the box score. Let's check out what tonight was a beautiful box score, at least offensively. Well, and defensively. What am I saying? We held them to 94 points. I know they're a bad team, but still. Desmond Bane, tonight, 17 points for him. Felt like a quiet 17. I'm surprised to look down and see he hit 17. But shout out to him. 17, 3 of 5 from the field with 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block, and no turnovers. Love that from Desmond Bane. Paolo, for me, the story of the night, 30 points for him, 5 boards, 6 assists, 5 of 7 from 3. He was locked in, looked great. As we mentioned, probably could have had a couple more trips to the line. Probably could have finished 1 or 2 more looks at the rim. Could have easily had 35 or more if a couple of those things go his way. But he was terrific. Wendell, 2 points, 8 boards for him tonight. Wasn't the best. AB was like another really, really good night for him. 20 points for him, 4 of 6 from 3. Triples everywhere else. 3 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals. That's the other thing he had, 3. And only 1 turnover. The turnover numbers were just really, really good for the Magic on the whole tonight, especially with the amount of possessions they had, I don't want to say they rushed the pace, but they did push the pace in some stretches of this game. To walk away with 10 turnovers is just really, really impressive. Jalen tonight, 9 points for him with 3 boards and 3 assists, 3 of 7 from 3. Javon Carter, we talked about him a lot, but 14 points for him off the bench in just 23 minutes, 3 of 5 from 3. Jet Howard, what a night for him. 16 points, 4 of 4 from 3, did not miss, and added a couple more buckets as well. 6 of 6 from the field tonight for him. Mo Wagner, not his best game. He really struggled offensively. Had a couple tough looks. Hit a corner 3 off the side of the backboard that was really ugly. But the thing with him, he played 18 minutes tonight. Love to see that. 11 points, 7 boards for him. He had 7 boards in 18 minutes. Wendell had 8 boards in 24 minutes. So shout out Mo for hitting the glass pretty well tonight. Nope, I got that backwards. Jonathan Isaac had 7 boards in 13 minutes. That's the one I was looking at. 13 minutes for Jonathan Isaac with 7 boards, and Wendell had the 8 boards in 24 minutes. So shout out Jonathan Isaac for hitting the glass in shorter minutes. Tristan da Silva, hey, Tristan was good tonight as well. 12 points for him, 4 of 6 from 3. He had that stretch where he scored the first, 7 points, 9 points, something like that, of the fourth quarter for the Magic. Went on a really nice run there. Jamal Cain came in and tried to break the record. 0 of 2 from 3, but that last one was the definition of in and out. That thing rattled around and came out. Jace Richardson, I was really hoping that Jace Richardson would be the one to break the record in the last 4 minutes and 52 seconds so that he could have the same last name as Jeremy Richardson, who broke the record in 2009, the 2008-2009 season. I thought that would have been kind of fun, but it didn't happen. He played 452, as did Noah Penda. All 3 of those guys, Kane, Richardson, and Penda, did not score. And how about this? Once again, Goga, a DNP coach's decision. Even on a night tonight where you win by 37, Goga does not see the floor. We knew it was likely, or at least a possibility, that he would be out of the rotation with the return of Mo Wagner. But I thought on a night like tonight, he would be able to get some run at the end of the game to, just get action, like game action, get fit, that kind of thing. So yeah, that was pretty surprising to me. So we'll keep an eye on that. To some of the team stats tonight. Again, the Magic trailed by 10 after the first quarter. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. The Magic score 18 points in the first quarter and 46 in the second. What in the world is that? That is absolutely crazy to outscore yourself by 28 in the following quarter. That's bonkers. You turn around and score 38 in the third, 29 in the fourth. The Magic win the last 3 quarters. And again, over the last 3, because they trailed by 10 at the end of 1, over the last 3 quarters, that means they won the last 3 quarters by a combined 47 points. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous turnaround after that first quarter. Just 30 points in the paint for the Magic. Obviously, that has a lot to do with, the team shooting crazy from 3, so they kept shooting, but still, 30 points in the paint for the Magic is not common, but 29 fast break points. Again, this team pushed the pace when they could. The Kings just not very good. Magic led by as many as 37, which of course was the final lead. Got 53 points from the bench, and again, those 10 turnovers, just terrific. Really, really good from the Magic. On the turnover front. Okay, we did just get a super chat. It's from Califam. Thank you so much, Califam. $2 for number 2, leading the plus minus. Javon is greater than Tyus. Javon so far has been the best player to wear number 2 for the Magic this season. That's funny. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Chet, this is great. It says, hope we don't fall in love with the threes. We need to play a complete competitive game with a 500 team. It's been a long time since we had one. Magic get an opportunity to do that in less than 48 hours. The Magic play in Phoenix on Saturday. That's a good Phoenix team. They lost tonight, but it's a good Phoenix team, a surprising Phoenix team. You're on the road. You have a chance to really kind of see how you measure up, like you said, to a good team that's 500 or better. The Suns are over 500 in a tough Western Conference. Magic are going to have a good opportunity to, again, see how they measure up against a good basketball team on Saturday. And I agree. You can't fall in love with a 3 unless this team just miraculously turns things around and becomes a capable 3-point shooting team. You can't fall in love with it. Tonight cannot be You can't look back on tonight and go, well, see what we're capable of. Let's just go jack a bunch of threes on Saturday. It's just not how this works. It's a recipe for disaster if you're going to do that. There's still 125 of you with us live on YouTube and even more watching with us over on X. So the fact that a bunch of you are with us live right now at 12:41 a.m. Eastern is absolutely insane. Thank you for being here. And whether you're watching this live or watching it later, please hit the like button. If you appreciate the content that we bring here at the Six Man Show, hit the like button. It helps other Magic fans out there find our content, which is what we want. We want to continue to grow this community because we think, as painful as the season has been, we think that the Orlando Magic fan base should be strong and thriving and competent and full of belief in spite of everything else. Like, if nothing else, we need to find hope somewhere. And sometimes we find hope amongst ourselves. And so appreciate everybody being here. Hit that like button. All right. Philip says, hopefully this is a great start to us getting some life. Great win, Magic. Yeah. Good stuff. Luke says, after tonight, we are only half a game out of 6. Give me hope we can turn the season around. Yeah, in just a moment, we'll take a look at the standings, but you are right. 6th, and mathematically speaking, even the 5th, and the 4th, as we'll see in just a moment. Not totally out of reach. Probably out of reach, but not totally out of reach, mathematically. Wow, Greasy Nuts. Yeah, I said it. It says, laying here on opioids after surgery. So this win is nice. Hey, I know the feeling. Glad you're feeling great. Hope your surgery was successful. I wish you all the best in your recovery, and I'm glad the Orlando Magic could deliver for you as you recover. Let's see here. Yeah, Kevin, we were just talking about that. Did Goga do something to Mose? Can't even get garbage time minutes. Yeah, that was surprising to me. At that 4:52 mark, when everybody else came in, I expected to see Goga, and that did not happen. Stephen Luong says, let's go. Hit the like for Kevin, guys. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hit the like button for us here at the Six Man Show. Luke says, we were out-rebounded 54-49, blew the Kings out by the end of the third, yet still couldn't find minutes for Goga. Disappointing. Yeah, very, very surprising. Luis Azario says, Mo gave the Kings fans free pizza. Hey, he's like, here, little first quarter, I think it was first quarter, maybe early second quarter, get your free pizza, and then let us blow you out the rest of the night. That way, it's a win-win. We get the win, you get the pizza, that kind of thing. Pretty fun. Oh, do you believe in says, true fans do hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate that. 12:44 a.m. Yeah, that's crazy. And then Midsize Dan says, I've been at work since 3 p.m. and will be here another 6 hours. Real happy to have the pod to keep me company for a bit. Let's go, Midsize Sedan. Appreciate you tuning in while you're at work. Hope the last 6 hours of work will be good. Man, if you're Eastern time, you've been here since 3 p.m., that's 9. You're going to be here another 6. You're on like a 15-hour shift. I feel that. I know what that is like. Shout out to you. I appreciate the hustle, appreciate the grind. All right, let's do this. Let's go check out the scores around the league. We'll check out the standings, and then we're going to call it a night as it is approaching 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. First score to hit. Magic win by 37 in Sacramento. Love to see that. Celtics beat the Warriors tonight. Spurs blow out the Suns, again, who the Magic will play the Suns on Saturday in Phoenix. Raptors beat the absolutely collapsing Bulls, who, not a surprise after they traded everybody away, but the Bulls just continue to fall apart. The big game of the night, Pistons, Knicks, 2 of the top teams in the East. The Pistons win by double figures in the Garden. How about that? This Detroit team is very, very good. 42, 8, and 13 for Cade Cunningham in the Garden is crazy. Wizards beat the Pacers in the battle of now 15-win teams. Hawks beat the Sixers. Keep that one in the back of your mind in just a moment. Cavs beat the really lowly Nets. Man, we have a lot of 15-win teams this year. Rockets beat the Hornets. So the Hornets were absolutely on fire prior to the All-Star break. They had that loss before the break, and now they start the post-All-Star stretch with the loss at home to Houston. Nuggets-Clippers is a one-possession game with 4.5 minutes left. That one is interesting, and that's the last game of the night. Might have to turn that on after we get out of here. All right, to the standings. Let me refresh this. Make sure this is fully up to date. Your Orlando Magic with the win. Let's start with the people below them first. They're now a game up on Miami Heat, which is great. 3.5 games up on Atlanta. Atlanta won tonight, so kept pace with Orlando. Now 4 games up on the Charlotte Hornets, who again lost to the Rockets tonight. Looking up, half game back of the 6th seed Philadelphia 76ers. Just a half game back. In spite of all the nonsense, all the mess this season, the Magic are only a half game out of avoiding the play-in. Go a step further. They're 3 games back of the 5 seed Toronto Raptors. They are 5 games back of not just the 4 seed, but the 3 seed. Now, to come back from a 5-game deficit with 4 teams, well, 3 or 4 teams, take your pick, between you and those spots, with 28 games to go now, I think we have, it's just mathematically so highly unlikely. This team would have to go on a crazy, what did I say, 28 games left? Team would have to go something like, I don't know, 20-8 or better probably. Obviously, depending on how those other teams went, but have to go some kind of crazy run, maybe probably even better than that, honestly, when I think about it, 22-6 or something like that, to try to make up a 5-game deficit against those good teams. But hey, as bad as the season has been, to sit there and go, you're 5 games back of the 3 seed is absolutely ludicrous. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So that's how things look right now. Magic continue on this West Coast trip, like I said, Saturday. Let's see. Last couple of thoughts here from the chat before we call it a night. Brian Hurd says, Javon Carter already has a higher plus-minus than Tyus Jones did from his entire tenure with us. Yikes. That's wild. Luis Rosario says, took a power nap so I could stay up late. That's the key. That's the key. Especially if you have to hop on a show afterwards and look halfway awake and halfway coherent, like I do, that is what I do. I take a power nap. Like tonight, I slept from 8 to 10, wake up right as soon as the game starts, watch the game, hop on here, and then go get the last 6 hours, well, less than that, 5.5 hours of sleep for the night after the show. And then, we'll finish it with this. Luke Magic Mate says 5 games back from the 3 seed is wild for us, given our season. 100%. It's absolutely ludicrous, the fact that that's even a sentence. But crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, Magic back in action Saturday. They continue this West Coast trip. That's a unique start time, 5 p.m. Eastern time for a West Coast game. Go figure. Magic in Phoenix to play the Suns Saturday. It's also a watch party. All that information can be found on our social media. If you're in Central Florida, join Jonathan and a bunch of Magic fans at the watch party. I'll be on after that one, though. Tune in with us on Saturday. Until then, enjoy your weekend, and let's go Magic.